Yo, Adam. Happy holidays, man. How was your Christmas?
It was epicosity, man. It's like my kid's 17. He's like, this doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. I'm like, yeah, because Santa's fucking dead, bro. So it's not going to feel the same. Sorry, that's the way it works. But I surprised him with a sick monitor for his video games. And so he was somewhat happy. It kind of moved the needle. It gets real hard as you become an adult. For all of you who don't know, but it comes real hard to move the needle. Real fucking hard, especially with a 17-year-old. But it moved the needle like slightly. I got like a 2 out of 10. Like, oh, cool. Yeah, this is cool. So it was good.
Did you give him one of those badass crypto setups where it's like 4 screens, a curve?
No, he already. I don't know if I've told you before. He completed one summer. He completed this Python, like how to be a Python programmer course. It was like a 100-hour course. And I promised him a sick gaming setup. So Yeah, that was like a $2,500 deal uh, to try and get him to learn something new. Kind of worked. Yeah, so he's got a sick gaming system, but his monitors were always like subpar. There's this thing called Hertz, or I don't even know what it was, but we maxed that out. We're at 240 Hertz, whatever that is, and so yeah, it moved the needle slightly, but it was
Also,
great.
by the way, sick OCM. Which one is this? The Legends, or which one is this? OCM
Dimensions, man. That's a
Dimensions.
Bitcoin native, bro.
They got too many sub collections. I can't even keep up with it anymore.
Bitcoin native. I actually, yeah, when Danny was nice enough to hook me up with the whitelist, so I got one when he did the Dimensions drop, and I felt it was appropriate to honor, Bitcoin and the amazing year that Bitcoin's had in 23, just an epic year. And so I I got my Atom.sats up there on my profile. Thanks to those guys for hooking me up.
There
with
it is.
that.
I don't see. It doesn't say Adam.sats.
Oh, what
It
the
says
heck?
Adam McBride.
Well, look at the full thing, man. Read down. Get in the bio,
Where?
bro. Adam.sats.
Oh, in the
Yeah,
bio.
bio,
Got it.
bro.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
man.
it. Yeah, we're now part of the Stats crew. So
Yeah, man.
shout out to that. We are winning. I'm excited today. It's the holidays. Some people still haven't got over their holiday fever, including myself. We haven't done this show in 6 days. It feels like 6 years at this point. Chris, how was your holiday weekend?
Yo, good to be back. A ton of energy on the timeline. Christmas was good. Just quick family time. My family's super small, so out here in Vegas, but everyone's good. Stoked to get into it. A ton still happening. The market's been kind of in a lull, but kind of crazy random things popping. Always exciting, but it's been good, man. How was yours?
It was good. Just hung out with some family. I actually took 2 days off of Twitter to just decompress and hang out. I know I didn't tweet. I probably fucked up my engagement super hard, but I'm being more committed to just like, if I don't feel like tweeting, just not tweeting for the algorithm.
Bro, you got to tell us about what's happening. I just posted it up in the nest up top. You got to tell us what the heck is happening. First of all, just to preface this, I said to myself, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, which is my default now indicator that this is a good idea. I need to go do this immediately. So, but tell us what the hell this is, Jake.
Well, this is the thing. When you take 2 days off of Twitter and you don't really open it, you come back and you're like, what am I going to walk into today? And it looks like people are trying to inscribe on Twitter, I guess. Twitter inscriptions, it's like instead of inscribing directly to the blockchain, you're just replying to a tweet that's a JSON that represents X20s, I guess is what they're calling them. It's actually created by the guy on his more famous ETH account is 9x9x9x9. He was like the banana Pudgies guy, the guy who created, I forget what that airdrop was last year, 2 years ago, Open DAO, something like that failed pretty horribly. So he was behind it, and it seemed like a lot of people picked up on it. I mean, you still got to build the indexer, which is what he said, which at the end of the day, right, that's the source of truth. As we've learned, and as I've learned, when we set up the Emblem bot account, the API is quite expensive, right? You go from $100 a month to $5,000 a month to like $50,000 a month, right? And if you want that type of data, you're gonna
he's gonna need like a 50 grand a month.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna pay. Yeah, you're gonna pay. Maybe this is bullish. Maybe this is what keeps Twitter in business. Well, how funny would that be if Twitter's revenue woes are solved because degens are inscribing or attempting to inscribe on Twitter?
The thing is, right? And I was joking with you before. It's like, but this isn't blockchain. I mean, this might as well be on Meta, right? It's like, what are we doing here? This is like the ultimate kind of ridiculousness. But hey, maybe somebody ties it into a blockchain. I don't know. That's possible, but it just seems like the height. I mean, if this isn't peak meme season, I don't know what the hell is. When memes aren't even on chain anymore, it's like we're just on Twitter doing this stuff. It's crazy, man. Insane.
Yeah. Well, looks like X has also been showing the video portion more. We were up to almost 35 live viewers today. So shout out to the 16 that are watching live stream, and then the like 30 of you guys that are in spaces that are here degenning the last few days of the new year.
Supposedly, I got on StreamYard, you can actually pop up the replies, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out here on StreamYard. But supposedly, did you see that, Jake? Like you can actually we can pull them up on the StreamYard and they'll show on the video. So tweet some replies. I don't know. Maybe it's probably on the live video, I'm assuming. So if you go to the live video and type something in there, somebody go do that. Let's see if we see it somewhere here on StreamYard. Yeah, I saw that when we came in.
we'll have to keep diving in, showing the video support on X. So we do have Rare Luca and Zed on stage here, two original Pepe artists. I'm excited and thankful for both of you to join. Rare Luca, man, been a big fan of your art for a while. I've been excited that we finally get to have this conversation. How was your holiday weekend? You might be on mute if you're talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. Hello.
Hello, hello. How was your holiday weekend, man?
Yeah, it's quite good. I'm from Italy, so I've been eating for 3 days straight. And now I'm getting just some rest from the food. But yeah, everything's great. Thank you.
Yeah, we call that, sleepitis over where I'm at. Anytime I go to sushi, I feel like I just want to go to bed every time. How about you, Zad, dude? Also, thank you for joining us on stage today. How was your holiday weekend? You there? You might be on mute too if you are talking. That's okay though.
Hello everybody. Hello, Pepe friend. Happy to meet you in this Twitter space. And but I'm very sorry, but my low level in English will certainly not allow me to understand everything. But happy to meet you, and thank you for the invitation. And happy.
Yeah. That sounds like you had a very great holiday weekend. And yeah, no problem at all, man. The one thing we like to focus on the show is just the diversity of the Rare Pepe community, especially going back to 2016, right? And so no matter where you're from, it's important to kind of showcase everything. On the live stream, I'll be showing a bunch of your guys' art as we go through this discussion. But Rare Luke, I'd like to just kind of start with you, man. You've been you're a little bit more active in the Rare Pepe community. I've seen you around literally since I got in a few years ago. And tell us a little bit about your story of finding the rare green frogs back in 2016, 2017, and deciding to become a Pepe artist.
Yeah, so it all started, I think, late 16. I was hibernated from the bear market of 2015, 2016. And I saw some movement in the market, and I went online. At the time, there was crypto Twitter was quite small, but quite active. Just Bitcoin Talk forum, and a little bit of crypto was on 4chan too. So one day I was reading on 4chan, and someone wrote about Pepe Cash. At first, I thought it was kind of a joke, and I read it again days later, and I look at it and started to kind of be how to say, it was interesting concept, and I joined the Telegram community, and it was quite small at the time. Someone sent me a Rare Pepe Trader card, I think, and that moment I understood what was behind all the, now it's called NFT, but at the time it was not NFT. It was just a token on an image on the blockchain. And I thought that was genius. That was really something revolutionary.
Yeah, so I have here pulled up on screen. You created 19 cards. The earliest was season 12, card 29, which is Pepe Jobs. The floor valuation of your 19 cards is 66.57 ETH, which is about $157,000. I'm going to go ahead and say this, but it may not be true for everybody. I would say your most popular card is Pepe Basqua, which sits around a 3 ETH floor, around 400 supply. It's very popular. This is one that you see consistently trading. Unfortunately, delisted off of OpenSea, so a lot of people do ask that. You can't buy it on Looks Rare. Take us through kind of the history or why you created this card. How do you feel about this being the most popular one as its famous certified rare? Which is what it says on the card. You there?
I think he rugged.
I might
You
be
hear him?
rough.
I don't hear him. Yeah, I think he rugged. Can anybody
Chris,
hear him? Thumbs up. Chris, can you hear
Yeah, I
him?
think he's rugged.
He's rugged.
All right.
I think it's funny because I mean that card, you know, the Basquiat card. It's interesting that it got taken down, and I wonder, is that just the the Basquiat family or trust or whoever's in charge of his artwork and namesake and stuff? Obviously probably has a legal team, but like somehow this popped up on their radar, and they had it taken down off OpenSea, which is kind of funny, right? But yeah, it's very it's instantly recognizable. I think that's the cool thing about it. You instantly know that one.
Yeah, and these things were selling for it got up to like 30 ETH, I think was like the floor at one point in 2021. I know they've come back down drastically, just like everything else has, but I think it'll be certified rare, and will continue.
Yeah, so anybody who's not watching the live stream, the card, under the very, it does have that Basquiat vibe to it. It says famous certified rare underneath it, which is pretty awesome.
You there, Rare? Luca?
I'm back.
All right. Tell us the story behind it.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if you heard me, Sam. But
No, start over. I think Twitter rugged you.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've been ragged by Twitter. That's okay. So, I found Rare Pepe back in late 16, I think, and I came from the bear market of 15, 16. I like hibernate, and then when I saw some movement in the market, I tried to get back, get some info, and then I stumbled upon someone on 4chan talking about Pepe Cash. And I thought at first it was kind of a joke, and I just dismissed it. And then after some weeks, I read it again. And I read into it, and I thought it was an interesting concept, and I joined the Telegram group. Everything was 100% on Telegram. Buying, selling, promoting was only one group. And yeah, someone sent me a welcome card, like the Pepe Trader card, I think. And I was hooked instantly. I thought, this is genius. This is something very revolutionary. But yeah, I never thought it could be so huge in so few years. And yeah, after a while, that trading the Pepe cards, I tried to make some cards by myself. And the first one was Pepe Jobs, and it was like a hit at the moment, and I was 100% hooked in the creating cards.
So Luca, were you an artist of any form before you came into Rare Pepe? You mentioned that you were trading, then you decided to start creating cards around season 12. But did you have any previous artistic history before?
I am a photographer, not professional, but yeah, I have very big passion, and so I was quite good at Photoshop. And it's not related at all, but I used to produce music for many years before. And yeah, one of the things that hooked me on the project was a song that Mike, the creator of Rap Pepe, made. The Rap Pepe song, I don't remember the title. And yeah, being a musician, I was hooked in that creative mindset of Mike, of the creator. So yeah, that's it. I was not a professional artist.
But in the world of crypto, now you are a professional meme artist that has quite a history. Like I said, 157 floor valuation of all 19 cards that you created. So congrats to you. Zed, I do want
Thanks.
to pop over to you before we dive into additional conversations. Same question. How did you find the rare green frog? It looks like here your earliest art, your earliest Pepe art piece was from season 10, card 46, which is Pepe Soup, and it goes all the way down to season 34, so almost literally until the end.
Yeah, the story of my adventure with Raw Pepe start with a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, suggested that I use XCP counterparty to technology to edit my works, illustrators' works, and after he told me about Rar Pepe, and I start with him to make my first Rar Pepe soup, and it's a proof. He's a very good friend, no? And the first card we made together, and when the Pepe soup was published in the collection series 10, we jumped for joy. We were there. A nice souvenirs, no? And after he helped me to make another card, because I'm not very good technology man. I'm it's difficult for me, but uh, little by little I acquired the technology, and I make another card, and now it's not very easy for me, but I can mint, I can draw and put on a blockchain some images. That's the story. My friend know my work because I am a illustrator professional in my country, and simply I discovered this technology to editing some works, and it's a fantastic adventure in very interesting uh, thought to edit and create and live with some community, some family of artists, and there's a lot of good vibe in this movement. No,
Yeah.
you understand my
Oh,
English?
we completely understand. Yeah, I think that's the majority of the reason why most people end up staying in the Pepe community is for the community and just like its diversity and more of like a collector and artist focus rather than a trader focus, which seems to be what a lot of people are escaping. When looking at your art, you could tell you have a heavy traditional artistic background because a lot of the art is surrounds kind of these like popular art pieces or this custom kind of drawing. Like one I have pulled up here on the live stream is Pepe Nosaurus Rex, which is a great illustration. But how are you able to apply your traditional kind of artistic background to this rare frog kind of thing that was happening on Bitcoin in 2017. Was it kind of a frictionless kind of or seamless process where you were able to have that crossover, or did it take a little bit of adjustment for you to find home here?
The process of my works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally, I use traditional technique like paper, like ink, like brush, and I use my computer to convert it in a digital numeric on vectors, and I try to finalize the illustration to put in a computer digital. I use Photoshop, or I use Illustrator. I use Flash also. Flash for me, it's a very good, very old application, very old software, but with a lot of intuitive movement. I love this application, and generally I start with paper and pencil before finalize it in digital version. You understand?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
mean, I'm not an artist in any way, but I see a lot of this is kind of a way for a lot of the early Rare Pepe artists is transferring it from this whatever their physical artistic strengths are over to the digital space. Makes a lot of sense there. So now, kind of like where we sit today, you know, Rare Pepe is this, I could say, iconic kind of NFT collection. It's one of the most popular. Rare Pepe is an icon for not just the crypto community, but for all different types of internet communities that use memes. Rare Pepe is generally one of the first kind of memes that are usually acknowledged or that represents our kind of community. I'll start with you. Luca is just now looking back at this retrospectively, 7 years? Did Rare Pepe exceed your expectations, or did you believe this whole time that you were part of something special?
I have to say it exceeded my expectation, but the whole NFT thing exceeded by far my expectation, and so fast. Like 2020, 2021 was big explosion of the space, and I really didn't expect that fast. But I knew at the time that was very small community. The concept of validating something on the blockchain forever, and you cannot make any fake thing on the blockchain. I knew it was something really revolutionary, and for now it's mainly art, but soon it will be like the real world asset on the blockchain. And we can say it all started with the Rare Pepe, maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of people acknowledge Rare Pepe kind of as the birth of the decentralized crypto art movement. Of course, there was a few projects beforehand, but in terms of like a homegrown community, Rare Pepe is definitely attributed to the beginning of that.
Yeah, it was. I think that it was the how to say, the cornerstone of. There was some. What was the game? That's SOG.
Bells of Genesis, yeah.
Yeah. But it was not the community community made art. It was the project that put on the blockchain. But yeah, after that, someone started something on Ethereum blockchain after Rare Pepe, and I didn't think it was going far, but I was completely wrong.
Nobody thought it was going far, man. Nobody. I mean, literally zero people in 2017 thought this
Yeah,
was going to be what it is.
exactly.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, but I thought everything was going to be on the Bitcoin blockchain and like the XCP on the counterparty, but because it was the original blockchain where NFT were made. Yeah, of course they were not called NFT, but yeah, on Ethereum it got huge. And yeah, I think someone was inspired by the rare Pepe. So yeah, we can say rare Pepe was the start of everything.
And so as as your artistic career has kind of progressed, have you moved over to creating art on Ethereum? Obviously you started on Bitcoin, but sometimes whether it's ideological or philosophical perspectives, sometimes it prevents users from creating art on multiple chains. Whereas now, I would say the beginning of this bull run has kind of shown that I think being chain agnostic is where most artists and creators are generally headed towards. Do you share that same belief?
Yes, art is art, whatever, online, offline, in real life, or whatever blockchain. I actually think in the future there will be it's like interoperable blockchain. So you mint somewhere and it's on the blockchain somewhere. And I don't think there will be any problem to switch from one blockchain to another. So anywhere you mint, I think it will be always there.
Couldn't agree more, brother. That's what we're doing. I mean, literally, it's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
actually, what's funny to me is when people don't believe that that's true. When people are like, no, it's all going to be on one chain, even, the Bitcoin maxis. No, everything's going to be on Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, do you see what's happening today? There's no way you can tell me this isn't going to be a multi-chain future, but there are people who believe that.
Yeah, of course.
We're not one of them, that's for sure.
And everything started from Emblem Vault, the interoperability.
Yeah, that was a crazy time in 2021, to say the least. Just really showcasing it. I mean, even if you look at, just things outside of crypto, right? There's multiple gaming systems. There's multiple operating systems for Windows. There's multiple smartphone providers. There's always going to be multiples. Yes, if you follow, I think it's called the Pareto principle, the 80-20 principle.
Mm-hmm. 80-20.
Yeah, right. Yeah, where it's 20% of products will consume 80% of the demand, right? Yeah. That'll probably be true to some degree.
For sure.
But I think for us, right, we kind of try to focus on what are the strengths of each blockchain, and then how do you amplify that? Because there's always going to be a strength for everything, right? Bitcoin is more decentralized. Ethereum has kind of leads in innovation. Anything new generally happens on Ethereum. You see Solana is now catching a lot of momentum for just, increased throughput and, cheap transactions. So there will be something for everybody. I think being able to identify that and then, emphasize it is much better than trying to fight the current swimming in the other direction.
Bro, you can't fight against movements, man. It's like, dude, I mean, even the silliness, like the X thing that I'm already bummed out that I maybe missed it. The inscriptions on X, like, don't fade momentum, right? Like, you just learn that you fade momentum or you bet against it, boy, get ready to get wrecked, man, because you cannot fight against the mob and the way the mob moves. You can't do it.
Yeah, it is really tough. How about you, Zed? Do you believe in a multi-chain future? I saw it outside of Rare Pepe. You've created some cards on XCP for the Wojak Way and Rare Coco. Have you also minted or inscribed some art on Ethereum or any other chain? And you might be on mute too if you're chatting.
Yes, probably on mute.
Yep. You there, Zed?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Have you created any art on any other blockchain, or do you just stay home to Bitcoin and Counterparty where you began?
No, I use only counterparty. Sometimes I try to use Ethereum blockchain to make some NFT with one notable. But generally, I use XP. I prefer. I think it's okay for me. It's more easy. I use XP to make some card for Wojak Way and also on Coco project, Coco friend, and I love this two project, Coco and Wojak. I think they are very sympathetic characters, and it's a lot of liberty to create something fun, something. It's good vibe on this collection, I think.
Yeah, so you want to create art without having the dependency of people trading it, and just a consistent when floor price, when go up, right? Is there do you have a preference for decentralization? Is that why you're doing it, or just because it's simple and this is the way that you've been creating art since 2017 and you just continue to do it?
I don't understand. The level is too high for me.
I think he's just asking why you create art. Do you create art because you love art?
No problem. Do you mint on Bitcoin because it's comfortable or because it's decentralized, or both?
Decentralized and also comfortable, because I understand this technology, and I think it's decentralization is better for communities. It's more free, more more easy to use it.
Mhm.
It's interesting, like Jake, as you were just talking about that, it just like occurred to me, you know, when Pepe's were launched, because the community was so small, and because frankly nobody cared about, you know, NFTs back then, really, there was zero pressure for price go up, zero, right? And people were freely
Yeah.
giving these out, dropping them to everybody for free. It didn't matter because people literally thought they were at or near worthless. They were just doing it for fun. Which locks Pepe in this rare time that we can never have again, right? It's literally impossible. You could do a community art focused minting thing right now, and the first people in there are going to be like, when's this going to go up? Hey, let me flip this up. You know, it's impossible to replicate that. So it's just one of those things that layers onto this Pepe community, why it's so unique back then, and people were able to create freely without this pressure, which just makes it just really one of a kind.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if you look at, go ahead, Zed. Sorry.
It was 100% fun and passion at the time. There was no real big money involved, and you earn Pepe cash if you sell some Rare Pepe, and everyone was buying everyone else cards. So it was like a circle. It was not until Pepe Cash got a lot of value in the group. Came a lot of people that extract value from the project, and it was the death of the project at the time. Everyone make it was the last 10 series, I think. Everyone external made repepes, sell and go away, and then they stop. But yeah, the first 1 year I think was 100% fun and passion.
Yep.
And then it went away a little bit.
All the DJs always get in it, man. It's literally just human nature, right? It's just human nature. When money starts entering the picture, the ability to make money, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way we are as humans. It's human nature.
It is, yeah. So, Luca, what interests you about Pepe Cash? You've mentioned it 3 or 4 times already. We know just from an outsider looking in who wasn't part of it, experience, Pepe Cash was used as this kind of like fungible token within the ecosystem to where you could denominate, the Nakamoto card in Pepe Cash, which some people still do to this day. What about Pepe Cash was so enticing for you to for that to be the reason why you joined and for the reason why you still mention it to this day?
It was very interesting concept. Like, it was the currency of the whole project. You could buy also with XCP, but I think it's like 1% of the whole trading was made by XCP. Everything was bought and sold with Pepe Cash. And it was really, I don't know, interesting thing. And it's like it was the token of the project used as a currency. And it was listed on, I don't remember
The Japanese exchange,
the exchange. What?
Yeah.
I
On
know
not
it was
only
on Bittrex
Japanese.
too.
Oh yeah, it went on Bittrex, yes. And so yeah, it's like one token of one project is being listed as a currency. It was crazy. It was, I don't know how to explain. At the time, it was really crazy.
Yeah, I know from what I hear, Pepe Cash was also in the top 15 at one point of all cryptocurrencies in market cap at that time. Yeah, I believe they delisted all the counterparty tokens, I think around 2019. That was one of the reasons why Emblem Vault actually moved to Ethereum in 2020, was because Koval was a counterparty token. They delisted it and they said, all right, I guess we have to go deploy somewhere that is going to be a better ecosystem to build this on. Of course, too, that was also at the time of Bitcoin maximalism. Really,
bro. It's literally. I had a tweet earlier. I don't know, this week or a day or two ago. That literally the entire 21 bull run could have happened on Bitcoin. Like, it literally could have, if the maxis didn't get a hold of counterparty and just FUD it to death and make other Bitcoiners feel like, oh, this is a scam token or whatever. It's scammy. It hurts Bitcoin. They could have avoided ordinals and everything, and the 21 bull run could have happened on Bitcoin if they had just acted differently. It's so crazy. It's crazy. Well, and that's what makes the ordinals so awesome this year, and what's bringing it back. But it is kind of crazy to think about how that entire 21 bull run could have taken place on Bitcoin. How wild that would have been.
Yeah, well, definitely seems like we're heading that direction now.
Yep, sure does, man. Sure does.
Bitcoin and Solana seems to be where everyone hanging out. You either want decentralized or you want decentralized or you want fast transactions. It's one of the two, right? It's kind of the idea there. But eventually, everyone will go back to Ethereum.
Well, what everybody really wants is number go up, right? That's the number one thing everybody wants.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting. We did let on.
Yeah, see, the problem with Ethereum is the fees.
For sure.
People want to degen with the art. They need zero fee, lower fees. So layer 2 probably will help get back to Ethereum, but I think Tezos and Solana would be bigger this time. But I don't know.
Do you dabble in Tezos? Do you put some art on Tezos?
Yeah, I've been using the Tezos blockchain for a while, buying and mostly collecting, because there's amazing art on Tezos. Really is amazing artist community.
So you're telling me
Tezos might be the sleeper right now because nobody's talking about it, and it's interesting.
No gas fees. There is this pretty strong art community. So Luca, you're telling me that somebody who creates frogs has interests in art outside of frogs?
I do. I don't know other, but yes, I do. I do, and Tezos is really awesome. I skip Solana entirely, so probably there is amazing art through there, but I have to look into it now. It look like it's big. Look like it's getting big.
Yeah, no kidding. Luca, tell me your thoughts on the continuation of Pepe collections, like fake rares, fake comments, dank rares, notable Pepes on Ethereum, and now even Pepe, the fungible token, popping up on every type of chain. When you look at that, do you feel like the culture of Pepe has been able to migrate over to these other chains, or does it feel like different types of Pepe communities when you look at all of this stuff happening in the name of Pepe?
No, I feel the same. How to say, the same spirit, the same
Yeah, soul
everywhere.
culture.
It's like, yeah, the same culture, the meme, funny, just getting fun, making some art with the Pepe. And of course, there's speculation, people in for just the money, and that's normal. But yeah, I think everywhere is, you cannot replicate the first wave of rare Pepe, of course, because it was a unique time. But the spirit, I think, is everywhere there. That's the fake rare. Is the same people that were in the rare Pepe, same artists. Um, the the notable Pepes are awesome too. There's people that mean awesome Tezos just by themselves. Pepes, like Baskek, is, I think, is one of my favorite artists. He made some art on Bitcoin on XCP2 now, but yeah, he started on Tezos, and the amazing art. Pepe is everywhere.
Yeah, his art is good. I do have a few of his stuff on Ethereum as well. We do have a few guests. We do have a few guests on stage. I'll go through this. How's it going, Art Jedi?
Greetings. Hi, Jake, Adam, Chris, Emblem, World Team. Ray Luca, it's been a pleasure to listen to you. I've been watching you guys and listened into the spaces for a few weeks now, and kind of just mustering up courage to come up and speak. I've been in the crypto, I've had crypto wallets and crypto since 2015, and come from a long kind of trajectory of coming from a self-taught artist. I have a doctor in front of my name, medical doctor, and kind of art has been my way into life, right? And for the last 15 years, I've not looked back. And so dedicated, full-time artist. And I discovered 21, and my main introduction to, like most of the people who came in 21, was Ethereum. And being the person that I am, like a constant thirst for knowledge, I end up creating a lot of spaces for mutual learning. And there wasn't any much conversation in my circles about Bitcoin. And I discovered it in 21, just as a kind of, sorry, just a little bit of an introduction as to where I'm coming from. And I've seen like the whole evolution of Ethereum art scene, literally from like 10 NFTs or 30 NFTs to what it became, like the fish market. And collected a lot, like more than 100 ETH worth of thousands of NFTs across chains, but mostly 90% on ETH, so not cheap. For an artist, not bad, pat on the back. I inscribed my fine art photography collection, 5 of them, on the Bitcoin ordinals back in on the 14th of February. And it was pretty early on. But then I saw the whole influx of the same rat race that happened on ETH. And so I switched off completely. And it was really hard and really expensive as well. Like we didn't even have, you remember, like there wasn't even any proper wallets. And like I had to learn, it's my pinned tweet. You can see it. So I had to learn, literally I figured it out myself. As I was like, no one held my hand back in 21. I'm not going to be left behind on this one. So I sat for like 3 days and just literally figured it out and inscribed 5 of my fine artworks, and they've been part of this collection that's been commissioned by eminent architects in the UK. Some of these works sit on like contemporary built villas outside of the royal palaces and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is, I, as a woman, as an artist, as a contemporary artist with multidisciplinary practice, have not found the people to talk to who are interested in contemporary art, or who are interested in supporting somebody like me. So yeah, I'm just here to say hello, first of all, and just to kind of let you know the kind of difficulty on the other side of spectrum as well. Like, you want to see something different, it's right in front of you, and you're not paying attention. So like, what do we do, and how do we go forward, and how do we make 2024 different from what it's been for the last 3, 4, 5 years?
You're probably not going to make it different. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, we started the space talking about how people are sending out tweets that in theory are inscribing some sort of token on X. I mean, X is very much a mix of, there certainly are artists and serious collectors here, but there's also just tremendous degen culture. And I think, I'm not going to give you advice or anything, but, just as an artist, I've seen most artists that are successful in using X as a platform have some sort of playful balance between the seriousness of their art and the kind of degen culture on X. And, how you balance that is, totally up to you. But to fight against it is a losing battle. And so, being playful with it and understanding, number go up is important to a lot of people here. But still honoring your own art. I think you'll find there are quite a few artists who are able to kind of navigate that still while holding true and still, being serious about their art, but playing on X in kind of a playful way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's really the tough part here of being an artist, is finding out who's the serious collectors, who are the traders, and generally it's kind of a combination of both.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's a lot of experimentation. So I guess that's where the entrance is finding where your art kind of crosses into this intersection of experimentation and innovation.
Yep.
And also incentives, right? It's not easy to do, especially if you just come from the traditional art world, but understanding that, I think is very important.
Yeah. I think trying to take, from an artist perspective, trying to, I don't even know how to phrase it, but, you're never going to find just the pure collector who just loves collecting and it's just a collection thing. Like, that person almost doesn't even exist, right? There's always other motives for buying, and a lot of those are financial, and, but that doesn't mean somebody can't be serious, but they can also think, I'm serious. I like this artist. I want to support this artist. And I also want to do well on this long term. And I'm, willing to tweet about it and talk about it and, have that person on spaces and stuff. And so there is this kind of like just balance. And, yeah, to fight against it, though, the artists who I've seen really, really struggle, fight against it, trying to, and basically leave the crypto space altogether, because there's no way to, you're never going to have that collector base. And I would say in real life, like in real world art, art you hang on a wall, they never find it either, because at the end of the day, those people in real life buying a painting are the same. This is just a digital, fast-paced world where you can reach a global audience. That's what makes it different.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I agree with you. I've had like sold out collections. I was highlighted artist on Build on Base and in Tezos Foundation permanent art collection, one of the highest sale that day. Sold out works in super rare, non-origin. So what I'm asking right now is, if, for instance, if I have a collection for like 700 pieces, one-on-ones that I've been making, how do I find that help and support on Emblem Vault? Like, is your team actively going out and finding artists, or how do I get in touch if I want to mint something? No.
No, I mean, what you're describing, look, reality is as an artist, um, you have to do that work. How do you find people who are going to support your art? Is you have to create a presence here on X and a following of people who are going to support you, who are excited about what you're putting together. And that's really hard to do. There's no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, you're already skilled enough to mint and all that sort of stuff. So, you're good to go. It's just a matter of, finding an audience. I think, Jake, who did we have on like a week ago or a couple weeks ago? Seneca, right? And you follow what she does, and some artists might say, oh, well, she's more like almost like a pop artist or something like that. Very what I would think of as like California artists, right? Very on social, very social media focused. But the reality is she's built up a really, really solid foundation of collectors. And are 80% of those collectors flippers? Probably, but there's probably a mix of some really hardcore collectors in there too. So, there's no magic recipe. It's at the end of the day, it's just hard work, I think.
Yeah, and a note on Emblem. Emblem right now, right? It's a small team. It's 5, soon to be 6, full-time employees. It's built in a way that is permissionless, so anyone could go in and use it. We would love to have a whole curation department to where it goes out, finds artists, showcase auctions. Does this whole kind of idea. We just got to scale in that direction. We just need more resources, need more capital, need more need more team members to get to that. But right now we put it there so that individuals who have Bitcoin assets can go reach the Ethereum side, right? Eventually it'll be individuals with Ethereum assets can go reach Bitcoin when we deploy on ordinals, right? And vice versa. In this kind of permissionless way, is the way that it's currently constructed. Ultimately, a year from now when we have this conversation, towards the end of 2024, hopefully that'll be completely different, with a lot more tools and different ways to access different audiences on different blockchains. But for now, it's just a permissionless area, and we do these type of conversations as kind of early forms of curation, so that we can talk with the different communities who do use our products and tools, and then try to help assist in these type of conversations. So hopefully in the future that we can offer different types of showcasing and curation type tooling.
Thank you so much, Jake and Adam. I'm here. I have had my own gallery, IRL, an artist-led sector, so I have some experience of curation for about 7 years, ex-gallerist for 3 years on my own funding. I'm here to help, by the way, and I love bridging, building bridges, and just kind of my goal in this space is building a sustainable ecosystem for artists, because it's a very fast pace and there needs to be a middle ground. A lot of us artists spend a lot of time in our studios. So how do we kind of keep up with all this crypto bud culture and all of that? Anyway, lovely to meet you and connect with you, and I hope that these conversations will carry on, and I'm here to help.
I really, really appreciate that. I just noticed that you had Super Rare in your bio. We actually had Jonathan Perkins on here maybe like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. He's one of the co-founders, and he's also in the same kind of opinion as all of us here of multi-chain and deploying different types of curation for those who want to mint on Tezos or those who want to mint on ordinals, right? Or Solana or whatever. I think everyone's really headed in that direction. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us anytime if you have anything specific in terms of curation. We'd love to build on these type of ideas. We do a lot of partnerships, a lot of collabs, things like this. But just make sure you just bring it to our attention so we could have that discussion.
Yeah, just to let you know, like we did work with Coldy. He wanted to bring his collection that he was putting on ordinals over to his collectors on Ethereum, right? And we partnered with him and helped him do emblem vaults for a full collection of whatever it was, 300 ints. And, so we do stuff like that for artists and artist centric. But yeah, if you ever have an idea or something, Jake and I's DMs are always open.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, appreciate you for coming on stage. Let's see. Since it is the end of the year, I do want to hear Luca and Zed's kind of I guess say predictions or some of the things that you'd like to see happen in 2024. I'll start with you, Luca. Looking into 2024, what are, maybe either predictions or some things that you'd like to see happen in terms of how the crypto or NFT slash art space will evolve over the next 365 days?
Short answer is I want to see numbers go up. But no, I don't have any prediction. I have no idea. Like anyone else cannot have any idea what's going to happen. I hope we left the bear market behind, and I hope to see more audience for the artist on any chain. It's just, I have no idea what's going to happen, man.
I like that. Just no more bear market. That is something that I can definitely get behind. How about you, Zed?
I continue to draw, to make images, illustration, and it's my way of life. Bear or bull is not important. Just continue this creative adventure. I have a new works on my table. I must go to this way. I don't know. It's the beer is finished. I don't know if bull arrive. It's better than last year, just for crypto. But the most important is take the creative way, and the community support artists support artists and communities, and it's a beautiful story for me.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Well, Zed and Luca, I appreciate both of you for sharing the last hour with us right here in this weird last week of the year between Christmas and New Year's, where I think everyone is kind of lost in what we want to do. And so trying to inscribe on Twitter, I guess.
Bro, the bull market is way more fun. I'll tell you that, man. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
The bull market is way more fun than the bear market.
Bull is better.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be in these spaces.
Yeah, it's exciting, guys. Yeah, this is the last Pepe space of the year. For those that don't know, Adam, Chris, myself, Emblem Vault, we host this show Tuesday through Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. We took off yesterday because it was the day after Christmas. Tomorrow, we're going to mark the last show of the year as 2024 predictions. So you can hear myself, Adam, Chris, whoever wants to join on stage. We can go and speculate on some of the things that we're going to see so that we can look back at the end of 2024 and see how horribly wrong we all really were. So that'll be tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then next week, the one that we have scheduled so far, we're going to start off with a .sats space, the first Tuesday of the year. Appreciate everyone for coming, man, during this time. I know a lot of people are still out there with their families, out hanging out, having a jolly good old time. So are we. Always feel free to reach out to us. Anything Emblem Vault, anything art, Pepe's. Again, thank you, Zed and Luca and everybody else who's joined us on stage.
And
Art Jedi, Chris, you guys are all awesome.
Follow the sales bot. I threw some up on the Jumbotron. Some big sales over the last week. Makes it super easy for some of these Pepes to move and kind of highlight them. So check it out. Follow the sales bot up there. It's a good way to kind of stay in touch with what's going on multi-chain. Definitely get involved with that. It's cool to see so many Pepes moving in such a big way. And they're all being moved through the Emblem Vault curated collection. So check it out.
Some absolute facts by Chris. I'm excited for our conversation tomorrow, so we can go and speculate on how Solana is going to take over the entire world in 2024. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone for coming. We'll see you tomorrow, 11:30 a.m.